What is the best Facebook or Meta ads strategy for generating tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or yes, even millions of Spotify streams in just your first 1 to 2 weeks? Well, I interviewed my friend Nico, otherwise known as Jend, on Spotify, and he's been able to generate millions upon millions of streams on Spotify in just the first 1 to 2 weeks of promoting his song with Meta ads. In fact, Nico's record is 2.6 million streams from Meta ads in just his first week after release. So how does he do it, and what is his secret strategy? I'll let Nico tell you himself right now. Just be sure to watch all the way to the end of this video, because I'll be showing you real ads that Nico is running right now, and I'll even show you where he sends those who click on his ads. Hint, it's not actually Spotify. He sends them somewhere else first, and I'll show you that in this video. What are like the specific like types of ads that you run? Like, are they conversion ads or clicks, or what exactly are the types that you're running?
So they're sale campaigns, sales, not engagement, not traffic. And the objective of the sale campaign is a conversion, and that conversion event should be a cost per view, a view content, sorry. View content should be your objective. So that really like distinguishes it from a traffic campaign or a link click campaign, where you're actually getting people to end up on Spotify or something through your landing page and not just click on the ad and exit out again.
And then what's your approach? Do you just send them to Spotify, or do you ever like send them to your own website? So you maybe have like a playlist embedded or something where they can listen there, and you can pixel them and track them and like retarget them, or do you do much with that?
Yes, absolutely. I never send them directly to Spotify. I always have a landing page. I personally always use Tonden, but Hyped is also good. And that's really, it's necessary to do a view content campaign, because those landing page, that's where you have your
that's where you can track the conversion.
Yeah, that's where Facebook is able to see if somebody actually clicked on Spotify or something. If you just have the Spotify thing, then the only thing Facebook is able to see is that somebody clicked on the link, and then they don't see anything past that.
Right. That's off
there's
their
a lot
platform.
of bots. There's a lot of bots, and there's a lot of people just click on links and exit out and stuff. So if you don't have that, you'll end up getting 1,000 link clicks, but 20 streams. So you really want to make sure that your click-through rate is good.
Yeah. So then, and that's so powerful too with retargeting, because then Facebook can go and create an audience of people that look exactly like your top fans, your top listeners. But what do you do in the beginning? Like, how do you go about targeting? Is it just think about what are other bands or artists your music is similar to, and you target people that like them, or what's your approach with how you do that?
I like targeting genres. I also try out different artists as well, but usually genres are pretty good. And it doesn't have to be the exact genre of that song. Often if I have a chill song, I'm targeting tech house, works better than if I target house music or chill music. So you just have to kind of think of a field of genres that fans of those genres could like it, and test out those. And I always try out the interest. So for example, house music, whatever, and then I narrow it down by Spotify. So it's actually mainly targeting people that actually have Spotify.
Okay. Yeah, that's a big one, because you don't want to be sending an ad to people on Facebook that don't even have Spotify. So that's big. That's really cool. Then what about like countries? Because there's different schools of thought on that, because it's like there's the big English speaking countries are the wealthiest, and those are people that we might actually become fans who would buy stuff from you. But then there's also I think you earn more streaming wise. But then it's probably cheaper to target the smaller countries. So what's kind of your approach with who you target country wise?
Yeah, so as you said, there's countries where the payout is much higher than other ones, like European countries or the US and stuff pays much higher than a stream from Mexico or from other countries do. So there's basically two categories of countries divided as like tier 1 and tier 2 countries, divided on how much they pay out. But yeah, the ones that pay out less, they're also much cheaper to target to. And generally I target all countries. Like I have when I have tier 2 and tier 1, so I'm also targeting Europe and the US and stuff, but I'm also including Brazil, Mexico, Africa, some countries. And so I have a list of these countries that I just do for all my tracks.
Okay. Because there's probably something to be said for targeting, especially if you get more bang for your buck, you get more streams, targeting the cheaper to reach countries,
To then
because if
trigger
that
the algorithm.
boost, right, then it's going to be shown to people in the wealthier countries on its own.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's exactly
Okay.
it's not like a confirmed thing, but it's like I've heard multiple people say that, is that like it's like Spotify trigger countries, like Brazil, Mexico. Like if you get a lot of streams there, you're very likely to then.
I'm not even running ads, and I'm already getting like a lot of streams from Mexico. I don't know why.
Yeah, no, and so like if you get a lot of streams there, like it really increases your odds of them being promoted out to
Okay, interesting.
Europe or in the US and stuff.
Hey, if you've gotten value from this video so far, go ahead and hit that like button. And I also want to give you a free gift. Another big part of Nico's strategy is Spotify playlist promotion and getting his music onto playlists. And so if you want to know how to do that too, and really trigger that algorithm so Spotify actually promotes your music for you, so you're not necessarily reliant on running ads all the time, then be sure to grab my free playlist placement guide. I'll have a link to that in the description below, or you can go to orpheusaudioacademy.com/Spotify playlists. And this guide will walk you through a proven step-by-step system for getting your music onto playlists, so you can trigger that algorithm and Spotify will promote your music for you. So grab that. It's completely free. And let's get back to the video.
Figuring out what your budget is. If you have music that you really feel like it's worth putting out in the world and showing it to people, and you've spent hours or days and stuff finishing that track, I think it deserves taking a step back in the beginning, saving up. I would try and have at least $200-300 as a budget ready before the release to put in there. It is possible to do with less, but for reasons that I will go into now, it really kind of hinders you to really optimize your ads if you don't have a certain budget. But basically, once I have that set, I will then look for ad creatives, so clips either from my camera roll or stock footage, or I film something, but I really try and keep it simple and find between 8 to 15 different clips between, let's say, 8 and 30 seconds. You can always stretch them and make them quicker or slower. And I basically create a set of ads, which are going to be a very simple part of my track, like one part of my track. Unless you have a big budget, then you can experiment with 2 parts of your track, but I'd usually just pick one. And have that 15 to 30 seconds with a clip over it. Start with the lyrics. If you have one, that's really recommended. The ads usually perform a lot better if you have lyrics in it and it starts with it. So all I would do is have the lyrics playing with the subtitles over it, and then on the drop or on the most exciting part of the song, you just have your cover art coming out with the song title and out now. And yeah, you basically edit this one time, and then you can duplicate it for however many clips you have and just replace the clip. And then you basically have a set of different ad creatives. That's something that I would make sure to have set and ready as soon as possible.
So that's pretty simple. So you just take the best part of your song that has some lyrics, and then you just create different videos to go with that. And these can be pretty simple videos.
Yeah,
you don't need to have a high production
quality.
No,
I literally, the best performing I've had in the agency, even working with artists who send us their really high production clips from music videos and stuff. 90% of the times, these perform a lot worse than the stock footage drone shot over the beach or the mountains.
Wow.
So it's really simple stuff that just somewhat matches your track. It doesn't have to go one-to-one with your cover art or with your aesthetic of that track. It's just a visual supporter, basically. Do lots of testing and look at clips, like stock footage clips, and think of then how would it look like if, like, a lot of them are kind of boring by itself, but you have to imagine, like, how would it look like if it had like a steady zoom in or steady zoom out, or if I change the colors, or if, yeah,
you just want it to be eye-catching to kind of stop the scroll.
Yeah,
and get people to click
eye-catching,
on it.
but it can be simple. Really, like often clips where I just film outside the plane window, like of when you fly, like those simple things have also worked really well, and for pretty much any genre. Um, but it could also be
That's
like
really
a
cool.
video of if you're making electronic music, like house music or EDM or something. I usually, when I go to a party or go out, like I make sure like I get one clip that I film that's not just for the story or for myself or something. It's really a steady clip that's 15 to 30 seconds long of the stage, that I can actually use for promoting a track if that's the type of music I make. Because those also really work well for promoting a track, but also promoting a playlist. Yeah, it's not that hard to find these clips. It's just a bit tedious at first, and once you know what websites to check,
What kind of
but that's
platforms do you use? Because I know like I've found like stock video clips that are like free to use on pexels.com, I think is
yeah,
what it is. Is that
yeah. I
what
also
you use?
use Pexels. Yeah,
Okay.
Pexels and ArtGrid. Pexels is free. ArtGrid is paid.
All right, so let me try to just put all this together for you so it's a little bit more clear, because it's kind of one thing to hear it, but it's another thing if you can actually see it. So this is Nico's ad library. You can see this for any Facebook page. You can go find what ads they're running. And so you can see for his latest song, Out of My Mind, he's got a ton of different ads he's running. So he talks about testing a lot of different creatives. And by the way, creative is just like the video or the image that is the actual ad itself versus like the text or like the button. So you can see there's 4 right there, another 4, 8, 12. Okay, well, these are different songs. So he's got like 8 different ad creatives just for this one song. So that's kind of a big part of the secret sauce. The magic sauce is just the sheer amount of testing that he's doing. And then we can learn more about this ad if we click on it here. So number 1, we can see the country. So he mentioned targeting a lot of different countries. You can actually see the exact countries that he's targeting. You don't necessarily want to exactly copy exactly what he's doing here. You can see the age range because it's going to be different for you based on your genre, right? Because where your listeners are and their age ranges, it's all going to be different. But you can kind of get an idea of what he's doing here with these ad metrics here. And you can do this for other artists. So maybe you want to go to look at a bigger artist in your genre and see what they're doing, right? Go and look at their ads and see who they're targeting, and that can give you an idea of what might be successful for you. So we can see the ad here. You can see now it's very simple, like video. So it's just like a little video in like a club, which works for his genre of music. And then he's got his album art and he says out now. So very simple. And then it's interesting, the button here says order now. So you'd think that would go to like a shop page, but it's actually going to a toned in page. This is made with toned in. You can create a page like this. If you know how to web design, you can just build your own page on your website, or you can use something like Toned In or Hyped It to create something like this. And you can see all the different ways someone can listen. You can hear the song here. So if they click Spotify, it goes through actually to Spotify. So that's how you can track the link click, and then the ad knows, oh, if someone clicks to that link, that's a successful conversion, and he gets data on how well the ad is performing. If he doesn't get a lot of those clicks through to actual Spotify for someone to listen, and he knows, okay, maybe this one isn't working so well. Or if it gets a lot, then he knows that it is working well, and he can scale that up budget-wise. And it also just gives data to Facebook that of who are the types of people that are actually clicking through. Then you can create a custom lookalike audience, where Facebook puts together an audience of people that just look like the people who are most likely to click through. And then you can get really awesome numbers, get really good conversions for the best rate. So you're spending the least amount of money, getting the best results. So this is kind of how you can build that snowball. And that's what he's done here. He's just really dialed in everything through testing, through experimenting with very simple videos. You can see all these videos are pretty simple. And then he tests a lot, and then he's kind of really gotten to know his audience and know who to target. And that is why he is so successful. All right, if you're ready to take action from this and actually start promoting your music, building your fan base and actually going full time and making a living from your music, then you absolutely need to grab Nico's book, The Independent Artist Blueprint. Just go to orpheusAudioacademy.com/Gend and you put in my code Reagan10 at checkout so you can be sure to get 10% off. And this book is absolutely amazing. I've read it myself. It's incredible. It's generated over 500 million streams for their students. This is everything you need to know to actually make a living from your music. So go ahead and grab that now. And if you want to see the full interview I did with Nico that this little clip was taken from, then click the video in the box on the screen right now, and I'll see you over there.